get ready for this, because Mercy has now got her mass res. It is back. Watch this. It'll either make you ridiculously happy, or you'll feel sick to the stomach. Look at this. You've got to love it. All right, guys, welcome to the channel. So this is the brand new Overwatch experimental update. It is now live. Now, actually, the last experimental card, I think, was like November last year. Probably the second best patch Overwatch has had in a very long time. The first best probably being the April Fools from last year, because that was a really cool change, I think. I really like that patch. But yeah, experimental creator card is back. Now, this one is obviously a big one. Loads of heroes getting changed. Pretty much all of them getting buffed. I think maybe only McCree kind of gets nerfed in a very interesting way, but we'll get onto that in a second. In fact, I don't even think he gets nerfed. He just gets all his power put into his primary fire. Anyway, we're going to start it off with Mercy. But before we do that, I'll just quickly tell you guys who was involved. See, I pressed E to res, and it doesn't work like that anymore. Old habits die hard. Yeah, so who actually made the changes? So for the supports, you've got ML7. He's done all the support changes. For the tanks, you've got Lemon Kiwi. She's an Overwatch caster. And then for the DPS, it's split between Jake, who's mainly focused on projectile heroes, I believe. And then you've got Wanted, Overwatch streamer, who's focused on the hit scan. I mean, he was basically a McCree god. And you'll see the changes to McCree, and you'll see how they kind of fit into his playstyle, or any McCree's playstyle if you can actually aim. All right, then. Let's start off with Mercy to begin with, because we've got Mercy here. So Valkyrie is now an ability, if I have my stuff out. You can just use this as a standard ability. It's not your ultimate anymore. What it does do is give you increased healing when you use it, and I absolutely love this because, well, I don't have it active then, but when I did have it active, it gives you increased healing, and I really like that because Mercy's never had this, like, burst heal potential, and I think Mercy's always needed that, so I like that, how it's been tied to Valkyrie. So, it's no longer an ultimate ability Valkyrie. Healing increased from 55 to 70, so if I use it now, so you're doing 70 heals per second, so it's really rapid healing, really good. The staff becomes beams no longer attached to additional allies, because obviously that's been removed from the Valkyrie component. Duration reduced from 15 to 3 seconds. Cooldown is now 20 seconds. Fly and movement speed decreased from 7 to 6. So obviously when you pop it, you can still fly around. We'll wait just in 3 seconds. I'll show you guys. You can still fly about, but obviously for not as long. So, you know, here we go. Woo! And then it ends, which I think is fine. It's a standard ability now. That's a fine trade-off for it. And Guardian Angel movement speed reduced from 25 to 20 when you're in it. And yeah, that's the Mercy changes. All right, what we're going to do is just go through the heroes. We're going to start at the top and then just go straight through them. I'm going to hope that the patch notes are actually in order, and they start with D.Va. Let's see if they do. I'm literally scrolling through them on my phone. I believe they don't. Okay, we'll go in the order the way they've been done. So first up is Reinhart. So Fire Strike. Enemies hit by Fire Strike now receive 50% less healing for 4 seconds. That's actually kind of nice. Charge can now pin multiple targets. Okay, we're talking. Movement speed is increased by 40% for the first 2 seconds of the charge. Can now be cancelled by pressing the ability input again. Okay, let's see if we can get us some bots lined up like... I totally missed. I've totally missed. Oh my god. Actually, that's really weird because it's so fast when you activate it. Now I've got to wait for the cooldown because I'm terrible at this game. Bash that bot. Yeah. Actually, I bet they'll line up in here, won't they? I'll be able to get them. What do you reckon? Okay, missed. Yeah, just take it from me that it works. We've got so many heroes to get. In fact, I'm gonna concede, and I'm gonna use the stationary bots to show you guys because I'm so bad. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah. Right, okay, so we're going to pin both of these bad boys. Let's do it. Hey, like it. Does less damage, though. That doesn't seem to say that in the thingy. Anyway, good stuff. Reinhardt we like. Okay, next up, we're going for a juicy bit of Orisa. Everyone loves a bit of Orisa. Okay, what you got, Orisa? So, Fortify now grants 40% increase to movement speed. Allies within 8 meters have 20% increased movement speed and 20 damage reduction. I do like that, actually. I like any movement stuff on Orisa because Orisa is a horse. I want to see her run. Well, she's kind of like a centaur, isn't she, really? But whatever. She's got 4 legs. I want to see her get in there. Halt no longer fires a projectile. Now attaches a halt tendril to the nearest enemy target within 5 meters and tethers them to Orisa. Okay, so I have to get close to them and go... Okay, that didn't really seem to work there, Blizz. Okay. Okay, so if I can use this and use halt to run away, like I can like abduct people. Standing ground. Okay, I like it. Supercharger no longer grants allies a damage buff, now slows all enemies. Okay, so this is like a mass slow. All right, let's grab our ult and test it on these bad boys. Do much less damage. I think there's global changes as well. I think we probably need to go back and check this because this does not feel like the normal damage output. In fact, let's check this. What have we got for global changes? Maximum hit scan fall off range increased to 50% from 30%. There is now a plus 75% global cap for movement speed buffs applied to allies. Previously, this would have only affected Lucio, but several other heroes can now increase movement speed. Okay. Added a global 75% movement cap speed. Okay, so what to Orisa, Zarya, Lucio, and Symmetra. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway, I've got my ultimate. So this should do a mass slow when we drop it. It's like a mass tether. That's kind of interesting, but I guess the plan here is rush in with your Orisa. Pull everyone sort of together. This is mad, and I love it. Good job, Lemon. Okay, so who we got next? Zarya. Let's get through, because we've got loads of heroes to do. So Zarya is Particle Barrier. Provides up to 50% movement speed boost to Zarya based on current energy with 0.5% movement speed per 1 energy. Okay, so you get no movement speed when you've got no energy. And if we get a little bit of energy, these guys would be so kind as to... I don't even have my personal barrier. In fact, this is going to be so difficult for me to get ult charge, isn't it? Hang on, let's wait a sec. Okay, I'm moving faster. There you go, you move faster. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Projected barrier now provides up to 50% movement speed boost to allies. Oh, okay. They're not my allies, though, are they? He's my ally. He's out of range. Okay, he doesn't move. Okay, cool. So kind of turning Zarya into like a movement machine. Interesting one, that is. Interesting stuff. The tank changes so far seem to have all been kind of around mobility, with the exception of Reinhardt's is mobility as well, isn't it? All right, let's go on to Sigma. Where are you, Sigma? There you are. Lovely, lovely Sigma. Okay. Armor increased from 0 to 200. Shield health pool removed.
Activating the barrier.
Oh, his personal shield. Right, I was like... Anyway, personal shield gone. Hyperspheres now fires 1 projectile per shot, down from 2. Okay. Oh, I see. So you can, like... You still fire the 2? Actually, no, you just constantly fire 1, don't you? This is really powerful. It's really good. Accretion. Oh, and by the way, the recovery has been reduced from 1.25 to 0.5 on this. This is really good. This is not accretion. The accretion changer now receives an additional charge on successful hit. Spending additional charge puts the ability on cooldown. Okay, so if you hit someone with this, you can do it again. Now receives an additional charge on successful hit. Spending additional charge puts the ability on cooldown. Okay, yeah, I think... Yeah, there we go. It must have been because I did it in such a close time frame. It put it on cooldown. Kinetic Grasp. Sigma is now immune to crowd control effects when this is active. That's cool. Experimental Barrier. Cooldown reduced to minimum 0.15 seconds. So this is really rapid deployment. Again, this is... I mean, whatever. It's experimental. But, this just totally broke when it was back in the game before. You gotta love it. You can just block everything with it. It was so good. And maybe that primary fire change isn't super OP anyway. I don't know. But who cares? The whole point of this is it's meant to be absolutely over the top. Wrecking Ball is up next. Hello, Wrecking Ball. So, Grappling Claw no longer automatically detaches after 6 seconds. Okay. That's actually kind of... That's not Grappling Claw. That is... That... Yeah. Yeah. I know that that's changed in the live game to detach, so yeah, whatever. It feels better, doesn't it, when you can just detach for longer. But what they need is like a UI element that kind of shows you when it's about to break, I think, on the live game. Anyway, can no longer reach maximum speed. Oh. Deal damage or knock back enemies if Grappling Claw has been active for more than 6 seconds. Okay, so if you're... That actually, you know what? I like that. That's a really elegant change to this, because it means that your stalling ability is heavily reduced. I really like that, actually. That's really cool. Minefield now blinds enemies for 2.5 seconds when damaging enemies. When blinded, the player is unable to see anything except for their HUD. So Minefield's now a flashbang. Okay. Respectable. I can't really show you guys. Mind you, I guess I can if I flashbang myself. I suppose I can, right? Yeah, I suppose I can flashbang myself. I can buy a tracer. Okay. So this should flashbang me. Oh no, I can't flashbang. What am I talking about? Flashbang myself. Oh, it's almost like I haven't been playing Overwatch for ages, and I'm thinking I can just suddenly friendly fire. Well, at least it's self-damage, right? Okay, just move on. I'm joking. Wow. Oh, man. Professional content creator there at work. Hey. I wonder why I didn't get ult charge for knocking her off the edge. What in the world? Okay, anyway, let's change hero and go over there and find out what the hell has happened to Tracer. Roadhog. Okay. Health decreased. Decreased from 600 to 300. Armor increased from 0 to 300. Chain hook now pulls enemies 75% faster. Okay, this might help us with Tracer. Come on, Tracer, get in here. Can I break this? I don't think you can break these, can you? No, I think you're dead, Tracer. Goodbye. Okay, cool. That's savage how fast that pulls you in. Take a breather. No longer heals for a flat value of 300. Now heals 100 health plus additional 100 health per nearby ally. Roadhog gains 25% damage reduction when near allied damage heroes. Okay. This buff is shared with all allies within 5 meters. Roadhog gains 50% damage reduction when near allied tank heroes. So this does different things now based on who you're near. But if you're near everyone, does that make you really good? Probably. Whole hog no longer knocks back opponents. Now cancelable. Okay, well, I ain't going to show you guys that because that's kind of like whatever. You can cancel it and it no longer knocks people back. Goodbye. Or knocks back opponents. Okay, so next up we've got Diva. Diva. And she is fusion cannons, primary fire. Oh, hang on. Passive, holding the jump key allows the mech to fall slowly. Okay. That's kind of cool. I don't know where that would be useful. Well, I don't know. That's cool. I like that. Whatever. I don't even care if that isn't useful. I just like the fact you can do that. That's really cool because you can sort of glide. Yeah, that's useful. You can get into all kinds of places. Of course, that's useful. Amazing. Defense, fusion cannons. Primary fire damage reduced from 2 to 1. So they do less damage. Defense matrix now grants 30% ultimate charge for blocking an enemy ult. That's kind of nice. You know, big reward there for that. I do like that. Boosters cooldown reduced from 4 to 2 seconds. Excellent. Okay, let's move on to everyone's favorite scientist, Winston. He's a gorilla, don't you know? All right, Winston, what you got? So armor increased from 150 to 300. Oh my lord. Jump pack now slightly launches nearby enemies up into the air upon landing. Cool. Kind of knocks them a bit. Okay, cool. Primal Rage, health granted increased from 1000 to 1700. Health decays by 75 per second to a minimum health of 350. Holding primary fire input now charges a punch, which can increase the knockback by, excuse me, what? 100%. This sounds really cool. This sounds really, really cool, this does. This sounds really cool. Come on, give me my ult. Give me my goddamn ult. See, I could edit the training range to just give him my ult straight away, but I kind of... Maybe I should just do that anyway. No, whatever. We'll just kill the things. It's fine. It's fine. It gives a more accurate representation of what's going on. Anyway, right. We've almost got it. So I'm going to be able to charge a punch with this. We'll punch Tracer. We'll give Tracer an absolute super punch. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, so holding primary fire... This is going to be great. Oosh! That's so good. That is so good. Oh my god, what a... She's not dead. You don't die over here?
Where were we? Pardon me.
Hey? I didn't realise you could stay alive there. Oh my god. That is incredible. Okay, so we're on to damage heroes now. Genji, let's do this. Swift Strike now has... That's not Swift Strike. Now has 2 charges. Excellent. Refund 1 Swift Strike charge per elimination. Activating Dragon Blade also refunds 1 charge. Okay. Damage reduced from 50 to 30. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I kind of like that. I think that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice indeed. If only I'd, you know, actually hit that bot and killed it. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. I like this. You know, Genji, it's the hero I literally can't... It's like my worst hero by far. Just because I can't... Like, the movement's too quick for me. I'm too old. Okay, Dragon Blade. Duration reduced from 6 to 3 seconds. After Dragon Blade ends, Genji gains 40% faster attack speed. Okay. Kind of taking the power away from the ult and putting it on Genji, like, you know, so you got to be accurate instead of just YOLOing him with a blade. I don't know. I kind of like this. Okay, nice. Right, goodbye, Genji. Time to die. Next up, we've got Doomfist. Let's move on to Big Doomfist. Let's go. So Doomfist, new additional passive. Using a basic ability that deals no damage to enemies, reduces the current cooldown of the other 2 abilities. Okay. Okay, so if I go like that, and then go... Yeah, you can see how the cooldown gets changed. That's pretty cool. So that actually is going to make the combos, I reckon, a lot more fluid with Doomfist. That's a really cool change. Seismic Slam can now be cancelled after 0.2 second, after a 0.2 second delay by pressing the ability input again. Okay, so yeah, you can cancel that. Okay, cool. Elegant change to Doomfist there. I do like that. Very good. Echo, what have you got, Echo? You have got new passive, Assimilation. Echo heals for 30% of her current missing health when she gets a final blow. Okay, cool. The healing generates ultimate charge. That's cool. The passive also affects a duplicate copy. Okay. And glide, the speed has been increased by 15%. So, yeah. You can glide quicker. Nice. Again, nice changes. Now, like I said before, with the DPS, I think the ones we're going through here first are the Jake changes because they're the sort of projectile-focused heroes. I think there's a blog up on the Play Overwatch site, but forgive me, I've not actually read that. But I'm sure it's going to say Jake projectile because it just makes sense and wanted on hit scan. All right, let's move on to Mei. So Mei, fully frozen targets take 100% increased quick melee damage from all sources. Okay. Like that, because that's like you're froze, you know? So you should crack and explode. Very thematic. Do like that. Ice Wall now launches heroes into the air when built underneath them. Kind of already did that anyway in certain points of the map. We could abuse the map to do it. And Cryo Freeze is size increased by 50%. So you're massive. Okay, nice. Block loads of stuff with that. Loving it. Sorry, Tracer. Okay, let's die. Thank you. Pharah. What have you got, Pharah? What are the changes here? Rocket launcher impacts now apply a 25% movement speed reduction. Okay. So it has to be a direct impact, not splash damage. Oh, he just died. Yeah, see how he's moving slower? Is he moving slower, or am I just off my head? Rocket impacts now apply 25% movement speed reduction. Oh, for half a second. Okay, so it's like that seems very fast. Look, then just stop dying. Move, go, bot, move. Yeah, it's only half a second. Anyway, rocket impacts knockback increased by 100%. Yeah, we can kind of see that with them bouncing around. And concussive blast now has 2 ability charges. Enemies knocked back by concussive blast become immune to all knockback. Okay, so you can't double knockback people. But you can double knockback yourself, which is going to be nice for movement with concussive blast. Do like it. Nice little change there on Pharah. Right, next up we've got Junkrat. Now this is Jake's favourite hero, so we'd expect to see some crazy change for this. No longer has audible footsteps. Does to us, but I guess not to other players. Increased movement speed when detaching from walls on Riptide. Okay, not as insanely crazy as before. Like, I think that you can kind of see with these changes, they're not as ridiculous. I mean, they're still crazy, don't get me wrong. These are like game-breaking changes in a good way. And like, that's the whole point of this experimental. But they're not as like mental as the last changes, I don't think. Did that bot just land there? What the hell? Okay, so I've got Riptide, so it goes increased movement speed when detaching from walls. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, goodbye, Junkrat. Actually, you can just go back to the spawn, Junkrat. You don't have to die. Sombra, what have you got? So machine pistol, weapon spread reduced by 20%. Shots per second increased from 20 to 24. Okay. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh god, that is disgusting. Okay, hack. Cooldown when interrupted increased from 2 to 3 seconds. Hack duration reduced from 5 to 3.5. Stealth now has an 8-second maximum duration. No longer plays audio cue if the ability reaches full duration. Okay, so when this disappears, we won't make the noise. So you won't know Sombra's invis. Yeah, but this. There's no change to EMP. That's cool. Alright, next up we got Bastion. Oh my god, what's happened to Bastion? Configuration recon. Oh, so character size reduced by 15%. Configuration recon. Ammo increased from 35 to 100. Okay. Damage is crazy. There is another change on here. There's just an empty bullet point. If you guys look at the website, and surely that means it does more damage. This feels like it's doing a ton of damage. This feels way better than it normally is. I don't know. Self-repair can now be channeled while firing. What? Okay, moving on. Hanzo. Apologies, guys. I've got a bit of a rough throat at the moment. Oh no. Okay, anyway, let's move on. So, Hanzo, Dragon Strike. The dragons now spawn immediately when they hit terrain. Excellent change, and that should just always have been in the game anyway. It's always frustrating when Dragon Strike just came, like, not came through a wall, but like when he got fired in, you know what I mean? Like, it hits a, you can basically use that to, I could go like, I want a Dragon Strike here, I can fire it into the wall immediately, and the dragon spawns, instead of like knowing that it's got a certain range and, you know, it can be deflected by Genji, or maybe it misses people or whatever. I actually kind of like that. Storm Arrow. Now, this is funky. So, when I was reading through these, I was like, oh no, what the hell is this? So, it no longer fires the next 5 arrows instantly. Now grants a 6-second buff with the following effects. Lunge cooldown reduced from 4 to 1 second. So, this is on 4 seconds normally, but now it's on 1 second, so you can just lunge everywhere. Stormbow movement penalty removed. So, when you draw this back, there's no movement penalty. And Stormbow draw time decreased from 0.7 to 0.5. So, watch this. Now, you're basically firing normal arrows, but quicker. It's way better than storm arrows. Oh, yeah, so Dragon Strike, if I fire it here, it'll just instantly spawn. Nice. See? Beautiful. I like it. Okay. Next up, we've got Torb. What's Torb got? So, Torb is Rivet Gun, dealing damage with primary fire. Adds a stacking buff that increases its damage by 5. Okay, that's kind of cool. Ooh, and it just transfers to different targets. Look, he's just straight up doing more anyway. Each buff lasts for 5 seconds, okay. It doesn't show you where the buff is, though, does it? It's just like you're damaging... I don't know, but that is actually disgusting. So, the Viper, which is a weapon... no longer reloads ammo individually. Now just reloads all the ammo at once. Okay. Over 2.25 seconds. So we just wasting bullets. As I just miss all my shots. Good lord. Okay, so she's just gonna, yeah, so she reloaded them all. Weird animation, but hey, they're not going to remake a goddamn character animation for an experimental card, are they? No. Coach Gun, cooldown increased from 10 to 13 seconds. A Dynamite no longer deals self-damage. And no longer has damage fall off. Okay, so this is kind of a this is really nice to Ashe. It's not flashy, but that's gonna feel nice. Looks janky because, well, the reload is not great, but yeah, it's experimental. Now this is the one that interested me because McCree, this is what Wanted plays. It's his hero of choice. I just called him McCree tonight. It's Cassidy. That is gonna happen for, you know, I'm not gonna edit that out of the video. That is just gonna happen to people all of the time. Cassidy, the change is here. You know, literally when you've got like 800 hours in this hero, you're going to call him his old name every now and again. Yeah. All right, so Cassidy, health reduced from 225 to 200, which probably should have been the case. No, Chunky McCree is a very powerful McCree. But there's no secondary fire. You guys might be able to hear me slamming my mouse. He doesn't no longer have Fan the Hammer. It is gone. Instead, weapon recovery reduced from 0.5 to 0.42 seconds on primary fire. Look at this. This is disgusting. This is like... It's just disgusting. This is so powerful. McCree's like this live. Oh my god. And the next change he gets is combat roll. So cooldown increase from 6 to 8 seconds can no longer be used in the air. So that's, I guess, the trade-off for the weapon. But I mean, honestly, this weapon is so good. It's disgusting. And Deadeye, reduced visual effects around Cassidy while active. Yeah, I can't really show you that. It's first person. But hey, and you can't emote while you're doing it, obviously. But yeah, it's just absolute minigun. Oh, it's not a mini. It's just so good. It feels so good. Like changing the weapon downtime on McCree. It feels bad when it happens because you get used to the rhythm of the hero. So when it changes, you feel it straight away. And he's like one of my most Cassidy of Cassidy, and because he's one of my most played heroes, it's like yeah, it's really off-putting, but when it gets faster, it feels great. Right, next up, we've got Reaper. And Shadow Step, cooldown decrease from 10 to 5 seconds. Can now be used during Wraith form. Okay, Wraith form, cooldown reduced from 8 to 4 seconds. No longer reloads your weapon. No longer applies a movement speed buff. Okay, so we can just do this. We can be in Wraith form and port. That's actually really cool. That gives you like a massive capability of escaping there. That is quite good. Because you can just go immune to damage and get the hell out of there. That's really nice. Okay, next up we're going to move to Soldier 76. And now Tactical Visor is reduced visual effects around Soldier 76 when Tactical Visor is active. Helix Rockets no longer deals self-damage. Cooldown increased from 6 to 8 seconds. That's it. Okay, moving on. Moving on. I am disappointed. Moving on. Widow. Grappling Hook. Cooldown increased from 12 to 15 seconds. Okay, excellent. And Venom Mine can now place up to 3 active mines. Cooldown reduced from... What? Oh, so yeah, so you've still got a longer... Because the cooldown is now 10 seconds, but you can put 3 down. Damage reduced from 15 to 10 per second. Effect duration reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. Projectile speed increased from 20 to 30. Kind of like this, because I mean the whole point of Widow Mine is you just use it to make sure you don't get flanked, and now you can put 3 down. You'll never get flanked from any possible angle ever. Good stuff. All right, moving on. We've got Tracer, and okay, well, Tracer's is kind of like, it's not even worth showing you. So Pulse Bomb, ultimate cost reduced by 50%, explosion damage reduced by 350 to 190. No longer deals self damage. That's it. That's not really. Can't really show you that because it will just blow the bot up anyway.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Oh no, actually it wouldn't, would it? What we're talking about? Because how much health do these bots have? Maybe no, I think they've got 200 health, right? Yeah, so I don't think they die, but 190 damage. But you can get it 50% faster. You're just going to be throwing pulse bombs for days. Anyway, let's move on to Anna. So biotic rifle, reload time reduced from 1.5 to 0.75. Now, you've got to remember as well, ML7 is... Look how fast that is. ML7 is an Ana player. So you expect these to be silly. Sleep Dart. Slept targets now appear in the kill feed.
Go to sleep.
Okay, so look, guys, I've put them to sleep. Kind of like it. Allies now see actually, we did see that. An icon above the slept target. Turrets can now be slept. Sleep Dart can now stop Diva's mech from flying during self-destruct. See, they get like a sleep icon above the head. Why isn't that just in the game? And what? Anyway, love it. Nano Boost. Now, instead of granting increased healing received to the target, it now causes the target to also heal for 50% more. Casting time reduced from 0.15 to 0.05 seconds. Final blows dealt by allies affected by Nano Boost now increase Anna's current cooldowns by 1 second. Okay. I don't think I can really show you that, but that's it is what it is. All right, let's move on. So Baptiste. Oh my God. I mean, you would hope something's happening to Lamp in all of this. Baptiste changes. Let's go. By the way, this skin is sick. I love it. It's like 70s groovy, baby. It's so good. Exo boots. Maximum jump height increased by 50%. Oh God. Time to fully charge increased from 1 to 2 seconds. I'd take that trade-off because that's disgusting. Immortality field. Here we go. Duration decreased from 5 to 1.5 seconds. That's probably how it always should have been. Just use it as like a reactionary thing to stop high damage, and that's it. Cooldown decreased from 25 to 23 seconds. Now prevents allies from dropping below their 20%, dropping below 20% of their maximum health, up from 10. Yeah. Amplification matrix. Baptiste can now deal self-heal. Okay, so Baptiste can now deal self-healing with the biotic launcher when the ultimate is active. Duration lowered from 10 to 8 seconds. Okay, that's kind of cool. So Baptiste changes are just mad. You gotta love it. Next up, we've got Brig. Oh my lord, what happens here? So Brig, Inspire. Healing effects expire immediately if Brig dies. Probably should have always just been in the game. Shield Bash. By the way, this skin is sick as well. Shield Bash. Distance covered increased by 15%. Now retains more velocity when colliding with terrain. Okay, so we can kind of bounce off stuff. Cool. Whip Shot. While Rally is active, Whip Shot's functionality changes to the following. Damages and knockbacks all enemies within the 7-meter radius. Restricts Brig's movement for 0.75 seconds. Increases the cooldown by remain. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Because this... So, when Rally is active, Whip Shot's functionality changes to the following. Damage. Damages and knockbacks all enemies within the 7-meter radius. Okay. So, it basically becomes like a massive AoE Whip Shot. But it restricts Brig's movement. So, okay. So, restricts it in what way? Like, she cannot move at all? Or... just makes her slower? Yeah, because surely it'd be rooted, wouldn't it? Rooted Brig's movement. I don't know. Let's find out. Anyway, let's...
Let me patch that up.
Okay, so we got it. So now, for Pop Rally...
Rally to me!
Oh, it's from you. Okay, I wonder what the hell... Yeah, so it's just turn it into an AoE. Yeah, you can do it once, basically, per rally. That's kind of funky. Spin around and knock everything out of your way. Okay. I didn't really understand what the notes meant, but then I'm stupid. Okay, let's move on to Lucio. My voice is dying. Okay, Lucio. Sonic Amplifier. While wall riding, damage increased. Apologies, lady. Good God. Right, okay, when you wall ride, you do more damage. It's also firing ridiculously fast. Is it? Oh. What? Hang on. Is it auto boost when I get near people? No, I'm off my head. I don't know what's going on there. Sound barrier. Enemies that are in the area of effect are now knocked back 6 meters. Okay. So.
You got the beat. Double kill.
Come on, give me an. I want to blast these guys. Wall ride, do a bit of damage. Bit of extra damage. Gotta love it. Going on my reload any chance game. Okay, excellent. Right, Tracer, goodbye. Okay, so in fact we'll knock Tracer off.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Or not. Goodbye, Tracer. Okay, there's Lucio. We've been through the Mercy changes, so I won't go through those again. Now, the Moira changes are pretty funky. So, quick melee now slows enemies by 30%. For 1 second. This effect is a 10-second cooldown per enemy. So if you get clawed by it, you slow down a little bit. Which is probably really frustrating to play against and whatever. But it's still kind of cool. Biotic Grasp. Primary fire maximum resource increased by 12.5%. Biotic Orb. Orbs no longer change speed when near valid targets. Orbs now move at a constant 5.5 meters per second. Okay. So they're really slow now. However, after activating the ability, holding primary or secondary fire for 1 second will cause you to fire faster orb that moves at a constant 20 meters per second. So,
This is my will.
I totally did not do that correctly, did I? So, after activating the ability, holding primary or secondary fire for 1 second will cause you to fire a faster... What? So hold it before? Okay, so fire. Hold.
Repair the damage.
Is this really worded? Am I just an idiot? So after activating the ability, holding primary or secondary fire for 1 second. So activate the ability, then hold primary fire for 1 second will cause you to fire faster orb. To fire faster orb that moves at a constant... Does this mean before? Oh, there we go. It charges up. I'm an idiot. So it's not active. It's, yeah. Okay, so activating the... I'm an idiot. Okay, apologies to everyone watching that going, Sty, you're an idiot. So this is activating the ability, isn't it? I was actually using the ability, I guess. Yeah, so you can see the timer in the middle of the screen. And then you get your faster orb back. Okay. I like that. Variable speed in the orbs. That's the thing I was going to say, which is cool. But I was an idiot at kind of showing off. Coalescence. Now, channeling on an enemy target continuously for 2 seconds. Not again, Tracer. Channeling on an enemy target continuously for 2 seconds will now also lift them off the ground for 3 seconds. This effect can happen once per enemy. Okay. Well, we'll have one of these in a second. Nice slow orb into Tracer. Goodbye. So you can lift enemies off the ground with Coalescence. This is going to be... Actually, this is going to be really cool. You know what? We'll go down here and test this because... Oh. That's kind of annoying, isn't it? That's kind of annoying, isn't it? It's still going to get there. Kind of.
This was the expected.
Oh, he's dead. Look, I did it again. I need to charge up my orbs. I already don't like this change. Right, let's move some pops in the air. I like that. That's cool. Okay, next up is Zen. And you may have noticed that Symmetra wasn't included in damage heroes, but there's a reason for that, because you can see she's there, she's back in support. So, Zen has got a new passive ability called Elevation. Zenyatta can jump higher if he holds the button. Orb of Destruction, ammo increased from 20 to 25, so we've got more ammo, which is absolutely beautiful. Orb of Harmony, grant an additional role-specific effect. Now, again, this is kind of like the Roadhog thing, where he had a different... he had roles... He had, like, a different effect on his take a breather based on who was near him. This is kind of sort of the same sort of thinking. So, on tanks, 20% damage reduction. On damage, 10% movement speed increase. On support, healing received increased from 30 to 40 health per second. So, that's really cool, that is. I kind of like that. Orb of Discord... I was going to say Orb of Destruction again. No, Orb of Discord... Damage amplification reduced from 25 to 20. Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to finally move on to Symmetra, because she is now, once again, back in the support category. And Symmetra, there's a bunch of changes here, so we'll go through these. Move from damage to support, obviously, now sees ally health bars by default like other support heroes. Photon Projector. Primary fire damage decreased from 60, 120 to 180 to 40, 80, 20. It's quite a heavy nerf, that is. But if she's support now, you know, that's going to be a trade-off. Secondary fire deals up to 50% increased damage to non-heroes, like turrets and barriers. So, secondary fire now should be really, really good at blowing barriers up, really good at blowing up turrets and stuff. Especially Torb turrets. I mean, obviously, other Symmetra turrets wouldn't matter, would it? So, now, Sentry turret, this is where it all changes. So, we kind of need to go down here to demonstrate this. So, health increased from 30 to 50. No longer deals damage, but instead, they heal. So, they fire healing beams. Which is really cool, isn't it? And I wonder why this was not a concept that was used for Symmetra in the past. I think that's really cool. Maximum range increase from 10 to 12 meters of launching them, I guess. Building time... No, you can launch them on the map, isn't it? That'll be the range of the beam, won't it? Surely. Building time reduced from 0.75 to 0.5. Cooldown reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. No longer slows the target yet. Now, Teleporter. Cooldown increased from 10 to 12 seconds, sorry. Allies that take the Teleporter receive a 40% movement speed buff. Okay.
Teleportation portal open.
So, we're going to take the Teleporter. And we can leg it. Good stuff. Does it work both ways? Does it? Oh, it's got a 10-second cooldown. Okay, I was like, well, what's going on? It should work now, yeah. Photon Barrier. Health reduced from 4,000 to 2,500. Duration reduced from 12 to 10. Ultimate cost reduced by 9. You can see how good these turrets are. Like, they literally... That bot will never die. But, like... It's very stationary healing, isn't it? Like, if you just... It's really cool, though. I like the look at this. It's really cool. That's super cool. All right, guys. So that's the patch notes. It's kind of been it's been an interesting one to make videos or make a video on Overwatch again where there's some slightly new content. Now, you know, I know a lot of people out there are waiting for Overwatch to do something. I'm in the same boat, right? The last couple of weeks, I've been sort of like, yeah, a bit of a drag. Well, I guess a couple of months, to be honest. It's been a bit of a drag because we're waiting for things to happen. And hopefully things do start happening fairly soon. And then we can get back into making content on Overwatch and, like, you know, getting new stuff and not just... Yeah, but these experimental creator cards, I think, are really fun. And so these don't change target then, right? Yeah, look, that's not changing to that. Just heals the nearest one to it. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. And remember, I will do my best to make videos when it's actually worth making videos on Overwatch, in the sense of there's something to talk about. You know, I hate it when channels and YouTubers and streamers and all of that stuff just go over the same old thing again. Like, I don't want to do that. So, yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.